There we go. I think we're live. Yay.
Hi.
Hi, guys. We're in Rina's house. We're doing like a double thing where we have a screen up for our YouTube people to see if that works. And also for you guys on Facebook. Hi, everyone. This is really exciting. Do all of you know Rina? Rina, you want to introduce yourself?
I am Rina Bethay. I am Rivka Malka's staff. And I have been on her retreats, several of them, and am a huge, huge fan and supporter. And I just want everyone to benefit like I have.
Red-handed lady. We just made a date that any day now we're going to hang out and talk about stuff that is not all of work related, because this work that we're doing over here that we're going to talk about today is our passion, and it's like an all day long event,
and it's so much fun to talk about all day long.
We're like making stuff happen. Oh my gosh,
I love the smiley faces. Keep the smileys and hearts coming. Thank you. More hearts.
More hearts for Rina, please. There's Brittany. Brittany's watching.
Brittany, I love you.
Hi guys, this is so fun. So we planned this with a lot of planning,
much hours.
The whole content of this whole live stream is 100% planned. That's my brother-in-law.
Oh, hi, brother-in-law.
Actually, totally complimented that he's there. Hi, Shim. Love you. And yeah. So without a whole ton of planning, the reason that we're doing this is because, first of all, we have a passion to share our message. It's just a great place to be in, and we're kind of there with a whole bunch of people. We are just repping for dozens of women who are in a really cool place in their life, and it's a very special place we want you guys to hear about, and the whole world is really ready for that place. Yeah, we call it redemption, call it whatever you want. And also coming up is the Redemption School, and we have 3 spots left, and my intention is that by the end of this video, the 3 people who need to be there will find their way to us.
I want to stop for a second and just define the word redemption.
Yeah.
It sounds very religious.
I know.
And vague a little.
I know. It's code.
It's code, and it means so much to us because we know like what we mean by it. But I think that it's important for people to know, what does that mean?
That's kind of what this is about. Go for it.
Okay, so I'll tell what it means to me. We don't have like an official Rivka Malka definition, but I guess to me, the word redemption means taking like our life and the things that happen that maybe are, and the pain.
That is not a precise definition. Yeah.
The pain, the trauma, all of our experiences, good and bad, and like making something purposeful out of them. Finding healing for ourselves and for relationships in our life, and kind of doing like a turnaround so that instead of being in a place of like fog from all these things, we're in a place of excitement and vision and and
freedom. And one more thing I want to add, I think you said it, but a word that's really important to me is victim. It's moving from a victim perspective into a purpose perspective. Like if you talk to someone who's down and out, this happened to me and that happened to me, and all kinds of things happen to me, or when you sometimes really things do happen to you, and sometimes you really do have a lousy childhood or lousy things are happening now, and Rina, I think you shared.
I heard something. I read this was something that I read in a different book where you can. Okay, something bad happened. You can choose to be a righteous victim because, you were right. You were wronged by somebody or something, event. Yeah. And so you can choose to be like the righteous victim, or you could choose to take it and become an elevated soul. And that's kind of like rising above the victimhood and like to power,
Yeah. And and adding on to that, when I was, for decades, I didn't realize it then. I thought I was a normal person, but when you experience freedom, then you see the difference between a victim mentality and a powerful mentality. If you would tell me an elevated soul, I would not be able to swallow that.
Right, what does that mean?
What does that mean? It basically means the other guy wins, or life wins, or I don't get the credit for all that I've been through. So redemption, just like we have, there's actually a title of a book called Redemption Unfolding, and we believe that we're in the era of redemption unfolding. So I don't think that you go from like, victim to power. I think it's a slow regaining of your power by going on a healing journey of self-love and trust with other people and trust in Hashem. And I just had a story in my mind, a very interesting story, which I'm totally forgetting. Do you have a story that you're thinking of?
No.
Really?
No.
We could just...
I could think of one.
We should sit here with blank
Let
faces.
me look at my notes.
Yes, let's look at our notes and like try to find out.
There are none.
I actually have a story. So so there was someone who I felt very strange vibes from, really strange vibes for a very long time. Inexplicable, strange vibes. And there was maybe one or two interactions with them. And I'm like, something is amiss here. So I actually asked them, would you like to have coffee together? Like, seems like we might need to talk. And they said, yeah, I'll be busy after Hanukkah. I'll be available after Hanukkah, like a month later. I'm like, okay then. She's like, I'll call you then. No, never called me. I call her, doesn't call me back. So then it's a person who's pretty important in the world. Like, I shouldn't have people who are that important have bad vibes against me. I'm like, not that important. But it just like, okay. So next time I saw this person, I spoke to them again and I said, maybe we should get together, just talk a little bit. And they're like, yes, that would be a very good idea. No, never happened. And actually, I remember that year I made a Yom Kippur video, and where I started to realize that I was very offended. I had a huge resentment against this person, that I put myself out and made myself vulnerable to ask them for this coffee date. And they didn't even get back to me, and they never followed through. And then I had this moment of awareness that I've done that to other people who like want more of me than I'm able to give. And so I was like, I could forgive her. Fine, so I forgave her. So all was well until about a week ago. About a week ago, something came up. Someone said, why don't you go here or there anymore? I said, it doesn't feel like it's my place. And then I said, to be honest, there is a certain vibe, and I don't really know what to make of it. It just doesn't feel like maybe that's my place. And the person, who's also an important person, said to me, well, yes, there is something. That person does have something with you, and
it's always worse when someone else knows it too.
I was like, yes, the feelings were real. But this was the coolest part. Like in the past, pre-redemption era, and I know I sound weird when I say that. It's just gonna make a part of your vocabulary. My brain would have told me I was right. I have tried to fix this. I've tried to fix this for years. And what is an important person who's supposed to be more involved than me going around having things against me? Let them come and talk to me. Why do I have to keep on chasing them? Because the person said, maybe you should call them, but I can't guarantee that it will get better. I was like, seriously? Okay. So I have a plan to call them. So my old brain would have been so righteous, man, such a righteous victim. And my new brain literally is telling me, thank you, Hashem. You're giving me a chance to clean up whatever I got to clean up. I have a mess over here. Maybe I put out a vibe of judging. I definitely had judging vibes in there when I was judging that person back. Thank you, because I don't want to walk around this world with any weird relationships. I want only good vibes. You're like, it seems like this is awful news, but it's actually the best possible news I could get, because it's like, okay, just one more thing. One time my husband's car was smelling so bad and we couldn't figure out why. And it turned out that there was a package of chicken.
Oh!
In the
trunk.
It was
going to be like a dead mouse or something.
Yeah, it was worse. It was rotting raw chicken in the trunk. So it's like, oh, there's some rotting raw chicken in my life. I need to get rid of it. Thank you, Hashem. And because of the work that we've done, my core is strong enough, because of all these retreats and this healing work, my core is strong enough that I feel like, yeah, we can have a conversation, and it's going to be an education, not a confrontation. That's my story.
That's awesome. I have another question for you.
Yeah.
So I've observed you, and maybe I don't know who's watching right now, but maybe people watching you have been on the retreats have observed you, and it kind of like looks like magic what you do sometimes, how you interact with someone, like especially when we're observing like a one-on-one coaching thing. I kind of want to get behind the magic a little bit because you're going to be teaching these students at the coaching school some of the magic, because it's really not magic. There's really like theory and like principles that you are just applying. Obviously you have a great intuition, that's a part of it, but what is coaching? How do you actually learn coaching?
Yeah. Such a good question. So the magic is just experiential godliness, and the technique behind that is, Toby says it's sincerity, and you're right, Toby, you have to have a pair of eyes. You actually got to get a new pair of eyes that sees the magnificence in every person and is clear as day that it's there, no matter where a person is, no matter who they are. Like, look at them. I don't even know how to do this. Like, see their magnificence. See not what they can be. What a person could be is so, what's the word?
Limited?
Yes. What I see that you could be, it's even condescending. What I see that you could be, like, who am I? What the person already is so huge. And when you do our work from there, then it really is magical, because it's like you're talking to the essential person. And then the second belief with that is the belief that we were not meant to be small. Hi, guys.
That was for Toby, because she said hi, Rina. Sorry.
And for Adrian. Oh, no, that's good. That's the YouTube live. We get to interrupt and talk. Hi, guys.
Oh, there's hearts. Thank you.
Yeah. We forgot to give them the hearts and smileys.
It just makes you feel like we're not talking to nothing when we see the hearts and smileys. Okay.
Totally. I don't even know if we're on YouTube, but okay. It
says it's starting soon.
These are very loyal. Well, we care. YouTube people, if you're watching, we care very much about you. And also, it's nice because there's real people here. Absolute belief that change is possible.
Change is possible.
Oh yeah. Like, any ways that we're not fully actualized.
Sometimes it's hard to believe that. Sometimes I have situations that's like, okay, this is just how it's going to be. But
it might be that way, but change, it's always possible for you to change.
Inside, right.
How have you changed?
I'm a lot more loose in a good way. I was very uptight. Loose, that's not a really nice word. But I think it's true. There's like a kind of, I don't even know how to explain it, but I was very fearful, very like, not anxious. I don't feel like there was anxiety, but it was like kind of like tight, like, okay, I have to manage or control, and I mean, I still definitely have to get more of that out of me, but there's like more of like a letting go. I'm like, okay, let's just enjoy what is, and this is,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big change.
It's a big change.
That's a really big change.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need an example.
So, yikes. All my examples are too personal for Facebook Live. Let me think of a generic example. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, like, if my son has a temper tantrum because he wants to hold my hand and another son is already holding my hand, I could get really, like, fearful, like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I don't know how to parent this in this moment. Like, I have two hands, like, just hold this one, like, and or I could just kind of, like, tickle them, like, just, okay, like, don't feel like I have to make everybody happy in this moment because, like, I don't know, it's just a very,
very freeing.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
Wow, you're bringing up such a good point. Oh my goodness. It used to be when I had people who would bring drama into my life. I mean, that's a metaphor. Little children, everyone wants to hold your hand. So you have that in, like, real life too. You have confusion. I would think I need to fix it. Yeah. And now there's, like, this complete recognition that we're each on our own journey. And the person's drama is about their drama.
Right. Like, I'm thinking, okay, before, I guess I thought every situation was all about me and what do I need to do right now. Mm-hmm. But it's really not. Like, they have their own little feelings, and it's not necessarily about me then.
It's really not.
Yeah.
So free. I could just sit back and relax on this couch.
You could have my blanket if you want.
Yeah, 100%. It's good. So we can't actually see your comments here.
Well, I want to know, does anybody who's watching have any questions? Hi, Brittany.
Hey, Brittany. We wish you were here.
Someone ask a question, please. Cue you. Oh, there's a heart.
Oh, they're so great.
Maybe they already have all the answers.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Someone out there has all the answers. I want to give them information about what's what the reason behind the coaching school. I saw someone write, what is the redemption school? And it looked so corny the way they wrote it. Like, I almost interpreted it like, what's the redemption school? Like, because if you don't get it, like you said, it's kind of it's a name. We could call it like the Baltimore Institute of Coaching and Transformation, but no. Yeah, it's not going to be. So I just want to share my vision with you guys. And the vision is that I do this work pretty much all day, all morning. My daughter's homeschooled, so not all day, and I don't coach at night. But between coaching and speaking and doing retreats, it's really, and working on myself, I have this burning desire and mission to bring people to this place of freedom. And I can't bring them there. They have to get there, but at least to create a space of where they can find themselves, or they could touch that freedom and then like expand from there. And it's happening already. Like I said, on our group from the retreat women, one by one. I mean, I can't tell people's personal stories, but I'll say just some general examples. One of our participants